Shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Habakak Wadash. The double honors, of course, to the apostle and others, a great millstone who rule well. Honest to you, Akim out there doing his work of truth and sincerity, presenting bodies, living sacrifices to bring out this 144% truth to the hopeful elect that be scattered abroad, the four winds, as well as Shalom to the 1/3. Gonna jump right into it. Brother Azar from Sons of Yasharala, camp out here in Colorado Springs, like in Camp to Great Millstone. We believe the apostle and elders of Great Millstone to be the true elders of all Israel. Whether, you Israelites receive that or not, we don't care. And then going with instruction. We're going to bring out this truth wherever, we see it, we're going to bring these prophecies to light. So this is an article from endtimeheadlines.org. It says new podcast. So I guess they held a podcast for it, but it says the article's name says world holds its breath as Middle East is a powder keg set to explode. In special broadcast, we discussed the recent attacks carried out by Iran against Israel and how this could be yet another match set to ignite a full-scale war in the Middle East and may thrust us into prophetic events foretold in the Bible. And those those prophetic events, of course, being, of course, Joel 3, obviously Ezekiel chapter 38, when you have Gog and Magog, Salakia being the Russian, partnering, with Togamar, Iran, the Persian, and so on, and essentially, being a buckler and a shield for them, being that military leader of the proxies, if you will, so, without further ado, I'm just going to grab a couple of scriptures real quick. If you haven't heard about, the recent attacks over over there, Salakia. Iran had sent, I believe it's 100 drones over there to so-called, Israel, basically battling against Amalek, and, Amalek has already come out through Net Not a Jew and said that, they're going to do what they need to do at all costs, regardless of who, helps and supports it. So with that being said, now that Iran is making these moves, man, it's gonna, it's another domino falling over, if you will. It's another chess piece being moved around the board by the Most High, if you will. Setting up, Joel 2 to eventually come to pass, as well as, Ezekiel 38. So let's grab. This is Joel chapter 3. Salaki, if I was saying Joel 2, Joel chapter 3. For behold, in those days, at the time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and you'll notice, we've been in captivity all throughout history, but it's saying bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and more or less, we're still in captivity now in Babylon, subject to payments, under Esau's rule of thumb. We don't have our own nation, our own customs, and our own way of doing things. So, more or less we're still in, captivity. So it says, I will bring also to Salakia, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or that says Jehoshaphat, the valley of decision or the valley of judgment, as it's broken down to, and will plead with them there for my people and my heritage Israel. So drawing parallels, back to the book of Exodus, when the Most High sent Moses, to beseech Pharaoh to let his people go, let the nation of Israel go, and what did the Most High do? He hardened Pharaoh's heart, and Not a Jew just recently came out, maybe a month or so back, Akim, I forget when he had said it, maybe even 2 months, but I'm saying, I think it was back around February, Salakia, but saying that, they were going to get this done however they need to get it done, regardless of who, backs them, so that's an example of the Most High of modern times, modern day, showing you he's hardening, modern day Pharaoh's heart, because Pharaoh was just a term for, the leader of Egypt at that time, Esau being modern day Pharaoh as the leader of the free world, if you will, so with that being said, as brothers have so eloquently put it, we're on the precipice, of Exodus 2.0, and we have, more prophecies to pop off, of course, majorly being, the MOTB being pushed here in Babylon and around the world, so to speak, for Esau to, fulfill that image, and likeness of the beast, pursuant to the scriptures of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. So with that being said, there's not much more in the movie, if you will, so to speak. There's not much more left in the game. We're in the, as Jake likes to say, we're in the fourth quarter. And that's when it really, that's when it really counts, man. That's when you got to leave it all on the field, so to speak. So we, not being carnal, being spiritual, know that we have to, serve the Lord, in sincerity, and to the best of our own abilities, whatever that level may be for you in particular, leaving it all on the field, so to speak, man, because, man, the Most High is getting ready to, judge the heathen round about, as it says here in the scriptures, as well as, Jacob, 2/3 of the nation of Israel is allotted. We're not even going to say is being decided, is allotted to the sword, man, is allotted to death, if you will, So with that being said, you should be in a mindset of servitude, in the mindset of, I got to do whatever I got to do for the Lord, rain, sleet, or snow, good times, bad times, in between times, man, because, there isn't, much more left to go, man. I think I will, let's grab Ezekiel 38 just for edification's sake, because we don't want to under edify, and we don't want to, leave the sheep hungry, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua said, if you love me, well, feed my sheep. So this is Ezekiel 38. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, so the word of the Lord, came to, Ezekiel, saying, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against them. You see, so Ezekiel right here is being instructed, through, the Most High to speak against Gog and Magog and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, who is, as we know to be the modern day, Russian, and thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So the Most High is essentially telling them, that, just because, they're being set up to, essentially take down Babylon, the Most High is still against them. Just like, the scriptures say, the Most High is against, Esau, Edom in general, even the heathen, Ammon and Moab, and all the heathen, So understanding that, that is being said because even though, the Russian is going to be granted, their lick back on this place, it's not going to be for them to sit in the power seat, nor when the scriptures say, the same thing for Moab, who are going to be, the orchestrating, leading opposition for Esau, Edom here in the West, in Babylon, under, NATO and the EU, you see, that beast, So, at the end of the day, the Most High is still against him. And behold, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth, and all thine armies and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. Salakia. Persia, and who's the modern day Persian? Is the Iranian, so let's go back to the article real quick, Russia is going to back the modern day Persian, who we know to be the modern day Iranian. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that we have to keep in mind. And this is why we're, to teach these things and bring these things out, because this is, the Most High showing that his word is alive and his scriptures are coming forth. You see what I'm saying? The Persian, Iran couldn't handle Israel doing what they were doing, over there. So they decided to intervene And when the conflict escalates, the more proxies that join into a war for the West, and Babylon, and the East in Russia and China, the more likely they're gonna have to um, uh, engage and join in, as Ezekiel 38 is saying. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah and the north quarters, and the bands and many people with thee. So that's going into the Turks. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. You see, so they're going to be these militias and these fighters or whatever have you, is going to be supported. Through their own coalition. And you see the BRICS nations have already set, their dollar. They've already gotten things going in that regard. So, the Most High is pushing things forward, man. And I just wanted to bring that out real quick, just some quick, simple edification. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Harakat Kodash. Double honors, of course, to the apostle, known as a great millstone, honor to Akim out there, and shalom to the 1/3.